The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun today. Get out that tablet and pen. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. Write it down because you're going to need to know that. You and I are going to build a relationship. That's right. We're going to hold each other's hands. We're going to sing Kumbaya. You know what that means? I want to get to the million. You want to get to million? I did it at 14 and a half. You want to get to billion? I did that at 26 under corporate structure. I'm the godfather of credit. That's what they call me. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. On that tablet pen, write down today's date. Let's begin. Got to have some fun. This is live. There's no pictures. There's no recording. You got to get the information here. Anything else doesn't matter. So let's understand as we play the game. Now, I'm online 6 days a week. I like goodies. You like goodies? You see, I want to tell you a little bit of journey about me, how I got used and abused as a kid, and I didn't like it, so I wanted out of hell, and what I had to create for me that actually will work for you. Now, I got a couple of problems right up front. Number one, sixth grade, they told me I was retarded because I write with two different hands, talk at the same time, three things going on at once, both sides work, IQ at 203 with a total memory, total recall, and most things. Isn't that fun? It says I was stupid. I think they were stupid. What do you think? But the bottom line is rags to riches. That was me. Simple. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. She's a child of a billionaire's families. But oh well, that's what we're going to do. I got to be with Mrs. Hope. She was a she-devil from hell. See, I want your journey to begin today and get rid of all your excuses. The biggest problem we're going to talk about is you. Got to look behind that curtain and learn how to play. Now, the ultimate goal, get out your credit cards right now. Get them out. Your personal cards. Here's the problem. Because you didn't get told the rules and tools, you followed people that made kind of silly things happen too. Now, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago, security chief in TRW. TRW stood for the reports wrong, Thomas Raymond Warridge. Then it became Asperian. So if you learn the rules and tools that were set up years ago that I coached Ken Yarborough to do, you look at your cards, you put a stick in the back of the card. You write down the limit on the card, you maintain 25% always, never past 29%. This is $100,000 of credit. If I use what I just told you, that gives me $71,000 of safety. Case blank as a fan, lost your job or pandemic. Here now you get your line of defense, and this kind of crap has to stop. Quit jacking up your credit and dropping the score. Get stuck, you can't get any more. You can't ride out diddly squat. Kind of silly of you, but you get to learn to play. Let's look at chapter 18 today. Let's understand. I'm 7.5 years old. I'm at the Hope family house in the corner writing a little note. So I listen to the grown-ups talk and go blah, blah, blah. You know what they said? They said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. They told me I was weird. Probably true. I went to the library the next day next to the Torrance Police Department, and I asked the woman, so what does this mean? She walked away rudely. She came back 5 minutes later and said, here's a mock of it. Here's a bug. She was a real bee. Do you know a corporation that you might have today, when they sue it, they sue you? The reality is you don't know how to play the game. We're going to teach you how to do that too. So just remember, a corporation, when they sue the corp, they sue you because you're the officer list. You're the incorporator too. If you want to learn how to play, just listen to me today. We could have fun. Now let's understand what I did, 7.5 years old. I was looking for a blueprint. I wanted some steps to know how to play the game. Business is a game. Should be. I wrote that book called Running the Game of Business 45 years ago. So I went back for 2 years in that library. You know what I had to do? Create my own blueprint for me. I sent away $10. Secretary of State of California. You know what I got? I got a corporation that came back. And you know what happened was weird a couple weeks later? I got all these credit cards in the mail. You see, $100,000 too. See, the bottom line, understand, in the 70s and 80s, people literally got credit cards in the mail without using their SSN or their SS4. But again, silly people follow around, and they kind of screwed that up too. What did I do? I started Helping Hand Industries. I'm the founder of that at 9.5 years old. 100,000 credit in the mail. I got named to the movie Dave too. You can learn to play. And at 12.5 years old, I got scared out of me. Why? Because simple. I got named in a lawsuit. I used the word Braille, which I wasn't allowed to because it's trade name, trademark, and copyright too. So I had to learn to play on that game as well. So we're going to talk about division process today that I invented in 1985-86. We get to play and never bring the pain home. Would that be okay if I teach you how to play the game too? Now understand something today. If you got a corporation, oh goody for you. You spend thousands for a piece of paper that's free and you didn't learn diddly squat. You see that corporation's on the Secretary of State's website. And when they sue it, they sue you. Now, if you want to learn how to play, you have to learn about division process today. Write that down. I'm going to teach you how to play. Let's understand something today. If you have an LLC, come January, they're going to kick your ass heads. All these silly, stupid people that picked LLC because some attorney, CPA, and a friend told them to. Come January 1st, they have the new CT Act. And you're going to have to disclose everything about the LLC, the Treasury Department. So guess what? You're going to be a bigger duck than you think you are today. And by the way, for those who don't know, an LLC is a corporation. It is limited liability corporation. Understand? We get to play the game. So the next thing the grown-ups told me is put all your ducks in a row. I asked what that meant. They couldn't answer the question for me. So what did I do? I drew it out for them. Corporation with entities. I see, here's the thing. Your banks and grocery stores and cities do this in your face, and your problem is falling a bunch of ducks and sheep. Now here's a corp and $1 million of credit, and we never bring the pain home. Will that be okay if you follow along with me? Now, warning, warning, warning is very simple about me. I'm honest and I'm blunt. So the bottom line is very simple. I'm going to tell it like it is. If you follow stupid, you end up doing stupid, but you're not stupid. I like to build millionaires. Would you like to be next? We could play. If you want to play, knowing I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather of Credit today, I'm going to tell you what to do. And then I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old because I want to make sure you never bring that pain home to your family ever again. Would that be okay if you listen today and turn these up? I like building lifetime relationships. 45 years, I've helped generation after generation too. Today, you can learn to play with me, and I get to play with you. What a concept too. Foolproof program. You can't screw it up unless you don't follow through. Now, I got clients at Arnold, Dr. Lucky, Fiji Island Hospital. Then we got Superman at Gold's Gym, $1 million of credit. He says, I kick ass and motivate too. From their college professor, Loyola University. Glenn lived in his car for 3 years, feeling sorry for himself. Boo-hoo-hoo. See, the feeling sorry for yourself is 3 minutes or less. Raise 360. Here's 450,000 of credit, new house, a new car, and a new business too. So here's Giovanni at Pixar at the time, $1.6 million. Wee! Little Karen delivered pizzas to my workshop webinar too. And what I had in that workshop that day in the boot camp, I said, stick around. I taught her how to get properties in Long Beach, California. Then you got this one's got her little videos out there too. $1.2 million in 9 months. Simple. Then you got to realize you do have to help people coming out of prison. Here's Freeway Ricky Dicky Ross. Gold and platinum cards. Then he told everybody he's an expert in credit. Give me a break. He's got out of prison. And I had to fix some people. He kind of messed up too, but he don't like me anymore. Oh, well, there he's smiling, is he too? We got to play, and let's hear basically got basically this gentleman too. This is Thomas, prison for 26 years. I got him his dump truck business going up in 8 months and build credit too. You see, he wanted brand new dump trucks. So here's your problem with you. You didn't learn to play. You didn't realize that Franklin D. Roosevelt had the Gold Reserve Act in 1934. So this means he confiscated everybody's gold, even had how much weight on your wedding ring, and he had the Gold Reserve Act. That means you and me, we got our SSN, SS5 when we're 14 to 16. Then all of a sudden they changed the rules on that in 71 when Nixon took the gold standard out, which means they have to bond every baby being born within 2 hours. Mama, she gets the SS5 form handed by the hospital, federally mandated. She signs that to get the SSN for the baby. Isn't that kind of a little crazy? But they get a bonus up to $35 million apiece. So what do we do next? Learn to play. Here's your biggest problem, biggest mistake you make for you. You have an SS5 equals SSN, and that's Social Security number. You get one chance not to screw up, and 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day. Next thing is you got we the people. All right, we got an SSN. What? That's tax, and probate till we're dead? And then they reach in the grave and take that too. Let's understand something. It's very simple today. All right. You'll see the time of death at the hospitals for the state and federal government had nothing to do with the family working out there, living in that lobby too. Well, let's understand. But SS4. So we compare SS5 and SS4. Why don't we put our hands like this for a minute? So let's understand. SS4, all right, and SSN. SSN is we are taxed before we get the leftover. Tax, and probate till we're dead. We're supposed to live on the leftover. Now, we look at SS4, we don't pay tax till we're profitable. All these silly people, I love this one, this guy that's so full of doo-doo on TikTok. You got to get the LLCs and my name's not anything. Talk about stupid. Every officer's list has to have a name on it or they suspend and cancel the corporation in the first place. That guy is so full of crap, it's ridiculous. But what can I tell you besides the truth? SS4. Now let's pay attention. Line 1 says legal name of entity. Corporation, oh, that's a bank, grocery store, or city. And it says all individual person too. You can learn to play. By the way, SS5 equals SSN 1040 tax return. The SS4 equals 101120, known as a tax ID. Did you know you never had to bring the paying home in the first place? The only reason you did not give you a second chance because you follow ducks and sheep. They did it wrong in the first place. Now, if you're one of those tax protesters, you don't file tax returns, just go to prison where you belong, like Wesley Snipes did for 3 years and pay $5 million fine. See, you don't have to be a cheater to play the game. And if you learn to master the rules and tools, you get to win. That's why the IRS.gov, they have a form called 1244. It allows you to file a tax return and almost never pay tax again. If you want to learn to play, you just pay attention to me today. The lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things every day. The bottom line is, let's talk about credit for the corporation. Why? It's a write-off. I like write-off. And on top of that, all right, we get free money. We just have to maintain the payment. We don't hurt our family. And then the division process I invented builds $1 million of credit. Your name's not on a division. The reality is you're never the duck. Because when you are, that kind of sucks. So let's leave a legacy for your family. That'd be okay with you? For you and your family too? So I call it free money. So if we take $50,000 off of a card, 6, 12, 26, we have to write it all off too. We can become an investor. Do you realize you can create up to $100,000 a month residual income just off credit, and you loan the money and borrow it too? You got to learn to be an investor starting today. You got 16 ways to play the game too. Now, understand, income. Here's your biggest problem for you. You've been following ducks and sheep and you have the same rerun all the time. Why don't you think about building residual income for your family and for you? That way the money is coming in. In other words, buy your income. The reality is if you can afford $100 a week, you can build $1 million company. That's easy to do. So let's play. How to build residual income? Hedge fund, real estate, franchise, storage units. Now let's talk about the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corps called states. States got corps called cities. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act so they could bankrupt the debts of 11 cities and never bring the pain home. By the way, you could have done that too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. See, we the people. The Constitution was set up for we the people. We're supposed to tell them what to do, not the other way around. Well, understand something today. Corporation is a legal person. You have to stop bringing the pain home. Is that okay with you? If you learn to play, and I'll write down division of me. That form right there allows me to put a person's name, a corporation, a division, or a subsidiary. I could build you a corporate umbrella to $1 million. So let's play the game. Division of me. Say, I can't bring the pain home. That's all I had as a kid. I didn't get a family. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy. I just got to live in hell. Now I wanted out of that pretty bad. So here's what I do. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini. Here's the keys. You know what's really weird? The payment at the time was $6,800 a month. If I can't pay that, they take it away. Then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now I got shitty credit and an IRS problem. So that means I have a double shitty credit. You know what happens if you buy it through the corp? They sue the corp, they sue you anyway. But the bottom line is, what did I do? I got no intent to do fraud. I bought the Lamborghini through a division of a corporation. Remember I showed you SSN versus SS4? I guaranteed I did SS4. So what do I get to do? Because I have no intent to do fraud if I can't pay the bill. I get to do the 3-step I invented for me. Once you write it down for you, I get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I get to put that over here. I get to maintain all my other pieces of my corporations and the franchises and the goodies and the storage units and everything else in my family too. I don't bring the pain home like you. So if I can't save this over here, I get to do what the Federal Protection Act says, public record. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it, throw it away, and keep all of my goodies too. You keep bringing the damn pain home. Why do you do that? I don't understand that. When you lease a building, it's a division process. Now, the bottom line, every piece of property, because you know who's going to fall, slip, and want to sue you too. Now, everybody talking about type of corp, LLC, C corp. Let's do the Macarena. The BS is BS. Bottom line, IRS. It only matters that the money's coming to the SS4, because every corporation gets sued and they come after you, no matter what you say and do. So let's understand, money come to the SS4, no taxes due till we're profitable. Wouldn't that be fun? The next thing you have to learn how to play is understanding that a corporation, under the Fair Lending Act, one card can become 99 more. That's $100 million if you want to play. I mean, you're learning something today, write it down, turn these up too. Corporate umbrella is what I want to build for you. We get to play. But understand today, I want you to go on the Secretary of State's website. I want you to look up your corporation. If you have one, find your name. Remember, when they sue it, they sue you. And if you're like 87% of people, what they do is they use their home address. They got added to a mailing address and a mobile, and they ask, well, what? Robocalls too? That's called stupid. If you did it, do yourself a favor, use a mailbox, etc. instead, because the reality is you don't want to be a duck and a sheep. And they told me in the corporation what I did as a kid. They said that, don't, put all your ducks in a row. I asked what that meant. They couldn't answer it for me, so I designed it for them. Can I design it for you too? When they sue the corporation today, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep, and when they sue you, that kind of sucks. Why don't you get your line of defense? And you learn how to play and never bring the pain home again. Oh, here's a $100 million building out across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall. There's that $1 million Lamborghini. There's a $5 million mansion I obtained too, and another race boat for $1 million. They got my name on it. How did I do that? See, why haven't you? I don't understand. If I can do this and people go to this country every day and do it in front of you, what are you doing? Going, that's about it? So understand, I like goodies. Do you like some goodies too? I like building corporate millionaires. Would you like to be next? Just let me know. Let me add you to my credit system. We can play on one of my pool tables if you like. What's your goal? Reality is, why don't you take the calendar and dissect how many working days are left of the year? Next thing we have to understand, I'm online 6 days a week for the last 45 years, in person or online. We get to play, but that's going to be up to you to learn to play with me. See, I'm a visionary. I have 941 goals, each one to honor God and show his glory. But you know what? They build billions. Every business I've ever done since I was 4 does 100 million plus. You want to play yet? We'll see how we'll play today. Why don't you write credit, loan, and money? Let's write it down. I'd like you to take $100,000 of cash. Oh, I'm sorry, you already wasted it away and pissed it away. Okay, you don't have it? All right. Let's take $100,000 card from Wells Fargo. They come with checkbooks. Let's write a check from the card right back to our own corporation, put in the bank, reference 3 times 5. They'll give you up to $1.5 million line of credit. Write down, borrow money is not taxable. Your corporation becomes a management company. It manages a franchise in an apartment complex. You're building the line of defense. That's the ultimate goal. You know what that's going to do for you? You're going to learn to build financial freedom. And you're going to learn to get up to $50,000 a month positive cash flow. By the way, that's called residual income. So let's talk about the 100,000. If I add you to my dashboard and my credit system, I can reference one of my cards for you, and I can ask for separate billing when I give you a card for up to $100,000. Would you like one of those too? Now, let's understand, I even have a master's program. The master's program is why I build you $1 million of credit. And you can always call the 800 number, 254-9506, and ask about that program too. Next thing is I have this other program that allows me to coach you for the next year and a half. And the bottom line is it's a private coaching program for this year and next year. And if you want, call the office and ask about that too. The bottom line is going to be up to you. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror today. I've been doing the mirror test since I was 2.5 years old. The ultimate goal, I put myself in check. What did you do yesterday to get to $1 million? Oh, I'm sorry, you probably sat there going, having to say rerun. Did you get the list that came out yesterday morning at 6:12? All right, the repo list. divorce list, probate, bankruptcy. Why don't you sell supply and vendor credit? Corporations should have a main office of cash credit, every division, checkbook money, and supply and vendor credit too. Do that, and guess what you're going to have? About a $10 million company. By the time you turn around, see, the biggest problem we still have is you. You got to stop and don't think, just do. Reality is, it's like anything else I say. I want you to focus on residual income. I want you to buy your own income. I want you to realize for $100 per week, you can actually become a corporate millionaire if you invest your own money in yourself and the corporation too. But that's up to you. Let's make you a money-making machine. So understand, here's 100,000 to 1 million. That's supply and vendor credit. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. It's called OPM money. And I wrote the rules for Dun & Bradstreet to do this as well too. Sell on Amazon and eBay. All right, make some money right away. Now, if you're not a client, take a picture of this. Click. Go ahead. Certain pages I'll say you can. Here's a call with me. 90 days, level 1, 2, and specialty classes. Based on what you invest, I'm going to give you bonus credit back to you, up to about 10. So if you need to take a picture of this, this is how you send us money. It's Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. All right, this is Zelle. Now. You write down RW in your Zelle. If you need to, you can call the office, 800-254-9506. Ask for Karen. All right, ask for Crystal, ask for Lena, ask for Robert. One of the special would love to help you and guide you every step of the way, because I like goodies. You like goodies yet? Gift from God, race boats and Duffies and mansions, all with the Ray Reynolds University name on it too. We get to play as long as you pay attention today. I like goodies, but I accomplish all my goals. Why haven't you? Haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. Don't seem to need one of those too. Here's me, 1981. Fastest kick, highest kick on the planet. And who's the idiot that says white man can't jump? I hold the record to this day. So here I kicked out the lights that night too. See, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. The only thing seems to be is you in your own way. Now my first car was the Lamborghini Countach. I drove it at 14 and a half to Orange County College. What did you drive? Oh, are you still playing with marbles or something? See, I don't hear no. No just means I don't know how. Walk away, say thank you, and just do it anyway. 1,000 steps to millionaire. So the big fat zero, I'm sorry. I hear all these people. I remember sitting down with Warren Buffett and a group of people having a Rupert float years ago. I said, we're going to leave $1 million, irrevocable trust. You leave it to the corporate, give it away. That's all I said. So the reality is your big fat zero. What did you get from your family? Because they're in a better place now today. What legacy did you get? So here's our problem today. All right, a corporation lives forever, and you're not going to. We're going to all die eventually anyway. So the biggest problem is people saying, well, my kids have to go through hard knocks. I call that crap. It makes no sense to me. You have to understand something today. Can you write down irrevocable trust? Can you write down UCC1? Your house has a deed of trust. Your car has a pink slip. Why don't we take an inventory of what's in your house, in your office today, and put it on UCC1? Why don't you file that at the county recorder's office and turn it into a chattel mortgage? Tie it into an irrevocable trust. You see, when you're dead, who's going to get your goodies too? I know exactly what's happening to my life. Here's your problem. Leaving a real legacy. Or a real legacy like the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords. They let their family take it over, not make them through hard knocks. That's called crap. See, we got to change the world the way they think today. I want them to start thinking my way a little more. So I do 3 things that I plan. I plan to problem, I plan to live, I plan to die. I need you to draw the diagram in front of you, please. That's a corporation with divisions. See, the way I design divisions, your name's not on it. You're not a duck and a sheep. Bank of America bankrupt 5,000 locations. Their last fine 3 weeks ago was $100 million. Chase was shut down for the whole day and got hacked too. And they've been fined many times as well. So is US Bank and Wells Fargo. This is the 5th time they've been indicted. All right. You even got Sam's Club, Geico, Cities. So your goal for you would be to learn to stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status, and learn how to play using my blueprint I started when I was 9.5 years old. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. Okay? Once you write it down for you, We can teach you how to play the game too. Now, here's what I want you to think about today. All right, my thought of the week for you. Stop treading water. Stop playing it safe. You need 5 things today. Can you write them down? Number 1, you need a 750, a good one with good credit. From there, you need a corporate divisions, $1 million of cash credit. You need checkbook money. You need supply and vendor money too. These are things I don't want you to have. You must have these. You need these to get to million, no matter what you say or do. Draw the diagram in front of you. If you're a corporation, you do exactly what I tell you to do, manages entities. You stop bringing the pain home. You put your ducks in a row. I get to repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. We get to play. We get to win. Next year, I won't be online 6 days a week. I'm doing my radio and TV show. Now, I like helping rich and famous people. They listen better than most of you. So what happened with you? You had your kitchen table meeting too with your friends and family. Hopefully somebody with half of a brain said, hey, what if something goes wrong? Well, what did you do? You jacked up your credit cards, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you can't get any more, and you can't write out daily squat, and you hawked your house too. And you brought the pain home. Is that silly or dumb? Make up the decision for you. See, your goal is never to bring the pain home again. We get to play, write down today's date, project 90 working days. Let's see it, believe it, go get it. We get to play like when I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. Page 6 says cash flow for you for time. There's always other people who are trying to steal your ideas too. Now, the Millionaires Founders Kit I sold at the Bonaventure. 32 years. Every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. So understand the people around you, protect yourself. In a coma 14 years ago. Wife goes to the office and finds Ron stealing my bucks with a U-Haul truck. Then all of a sudden, Tom, because he found I was going to die in a coma, he sold my websites and my phone numbers too. He gave it to the highest bidder, which was a porn site. Please never call the phone number, because that's what you're going to get, unfortunately. I got to warn you about that too. See, the people around you, some are going to screw you over. Your friends and family, some of them ripped you off too. So if you ever want to copy the Millionaires Founders Kit, I sold for $5,000 a set at the Bonaventure for 32 years. Today it's free, as long as you sell over $99. That covers shipping and handling too. Make a picture again, Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@rayscredit.com, RW when you Zelle. Or you can call the office, 800-254-9506, and ask for one of those great specialists too. Ask for Santos, the floor manager. And Scott likes taking calls too. So starting a business, running a business, oh my goodness. You know, the people around you are going to push off the cliff. You're going to catch it, or you're just going to die. Hold your breath. Good luck with that. For me, it was very simple. All right. When I was 2.5 years old, I was being used and abused every morning at 2:30. So I started to get up at 2:25 to beat the abuser. It actually worked. But now the problem is every day I wake up at 2:25 ever since I was 2.5 years old. I'll drop to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go stare in the mirror. I give myself 5 minutes of mirror time every day. Not putting on my makeup and all that wasted time. You see, that's called false advertising. Unfortunately, people do that too. I put myself in check. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy. I had God, me. Your problem is you let the world cloud your direction and get in your way. You might want to stop thinking about that today. So here's July 4th, 14 years ago. July 4th, 2009. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. We're billions of dollars, helping people literally 6 days a week, having fun too. Wife wants to take out one of the yachts. Okay, why not? Next day, I'm dead in a coma. That sucks. But I get to hear what's going on in the room. The CPA tricks my wife to sign a POA, and the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. Then Jesus said, would you like to stay in peace or go back? I said, go back that day. So understand, I'm using myself as an example for you. All right, remember, the only time you can feel sorry for yourself is 3 minutes or less. I moved 24 times. I'm 11.5 years old. Bullies at every school. You had to learn to kick it or run. Hell, I'd rather die than run. I've been shot twice. I've been knocked 6 times too. I got no excuses. Now, neither do you. Simple. I'm truly God's example. I do have a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. Being a Christian's Way of Life, Not a Moment in Time. I got several other books too. It's like Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. If men would just shut up, because whatever you say, you can't take back. Women are like tape recorders. So all of you, even your kids too, bite your tongue, love longer, please. Next, I got Fighting the Monster Within. And all right, this is my favorite one because so many people are on TikTok, Google, and YouTube going blah, blah, blah. Bullshit doesn't pay your bills. It's true. And then fighting within the pain within. So let's get you past go today. Let's show you the Lamborghini collection. Some Duffies and mansions. Right, man, you jump stupid. People say we don't. More Lamborghinis. All right, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks. All right, yachts and Ferraris. I call this Ray's rules. Can you pay attention today? Start using my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. Would that be okay? Credit repairs a fraud. What do you think? They have some friggin' magic wand? I can't believe how many people are stupid enough to pay a credit repair company $100 a month, and 2 years later they still got crappy credit. It's against the Federal Trade Commission says it's fraud. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but the loan with number twos, they've all got indictments before too. What should you do? Simple. Google Section 611 today. Find out what you can do for yourself. And keep in mind, you can't rip off your credit or be a crook. You have an open collection account, negotiate the debt. Man up, woman up. From there, if you want the 750, all you got to do is negotiate the debt you might have today, and all cars at 25-29% rule, and a rapid refresh. I bid it 39 years ago. Now you got a 750 score. You can do something with it, sit there going beep, 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 all day long, or you can learn the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, and get you to million to billion. Is that okay with you? So let's understand your first 25 steps today. We get to play Intuit Credit Karma. They bought it December 3rd, 2020. Still no phone number to help you. How about if I analyze your credit in 24 hours? Would that be okay if I told you exactly personally what you had to do on your part, and I do the rest for you too? The ultimate goal, you go to the class on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, and I call your case number in rotation. Here's the form none of you paid attention to called SS5. It says on line 1, name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. See, your SS5 equals SSN in 1040 tax return. The card in your personal wallet called Social Security card, it's not even your card. It says flat out to you, do not laminate, do not carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes in it because it belongs to, all right, personal property is basically social administration. Very simple. See, you got your SSN for the 1040 tax return. That's what it was for. Your first company you worked for, you thought they ripped you off years ago too. Where's my money? Half of it was missing. They pointed out to you the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. See, that's what mixes a bunch of ducks and sheep because you didn't learn to play. Why don't you go to irs.gov today and look at the 1244 and never pay tax almost never again too. You get to play because you get one SSN. We're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets one tax ID. They sue the corp, they sue you. Why don't you think about what the banks and the grocery stores and the cities do? We can basically set up the line of defense if you want to, and you can become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home again. But you're going to have to pay attention and go to class and not fall in your what. You got to rebuild your SSN the right way. So you're a CFO for the corp and the divisions. At the same time, I need you to master the SS4. Choose wisely, be a double CFO, and put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella and learn how to play. Why don't we compare the SS5 to the SS4? You ready to compare to? Understand the SS4 says legal name of entity, individual person. That's a bank, grocery store, a city, or your name on line 1 if you want to play. Now it also says on the other part of it too, it says banking and credit purposes per entity. So you never had to back yourself in a corner in the first place. Your problem is your lack of knowledge is why you bring the pain home. You might want to learn to play starting today. Corporations allowed 4 things. We get to buffer tax. No taxes due to or profitable. Doesn't matter what type of corp in the beginning. From there, corporate credit, we get to write it all off. From there, car, right, fleet price, and the free buffet at the hotel. Now that's all the corporation gets to do. Divisions, line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, and then we get multiple credit reports, and we get to separate liability, especially in real estate too. See, a division, the way I designed it for me, now for you, is your name's not on it, you're not a duck and a sheep, and don't have any intent to screw up, because if you screw it up, you get another one too. Just don't have the intent to do fraud. Your goal is to build a corporate umbrella and stop bringing the pain home. See, at divisions, you're not liable. Your name's not on the form. You're not a duck or a sheep. So I'll guarantee exactly what I say I can do. Reality is you have to be part of the program. You got to go to class. I'm following you on. And you got to follow through because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Don't violate. Don't crash your rapid rescore, please. If you do, you have to pay a fee or we close your case. Ultimate goal. Past can't chase future. If you want to do that, it's not going to work. The IRS has a form too in case you have a problem with them too. It's called 656, 433A and B. So you can rebuild your life if you want to. Simple, the 750 is waiting for you. Let me analyze you in 24 hours. Let me do a rapid rescore. Let me show you how I got this client 96 points in 3 days, creating green lights as well. All right, 750. Remember, that's my promise to you, as long as you're part of the program and you do what you're told to do. Nice lady, she's got a 651, but no bad credit. Why you have only use your half your cards? She said her banker, attorney, and CPA told her to. I told her she was listening to Dumb and Dumber. There's no green lights. Rapid rescore, pushed it up to an 801, and I created green lights for her too. Ultimate goal. Here's this couple, nice couple. They got lied to by a bankruptcy attorney. They filed bankruptcy when they never needed to, in my opinion. So I don't think you should ever file bankruptcy unless they're selling their house today to court or garnishing their wages. If not, there's another solution for that too. So I built them an unsecured card to rebuild their lives. It's only $500 to build it up and away. Next couple, they have 11 collection accounts. Here's 3,000. See if that helps them too. So if you let me rebuild your credit, you go to class, you get a rapid rescore. You pay attention, you get the 750 score. We charge you $9.99, $1,000 card back to you. Reimburse yourself. During a broadcast, we discount it half price to $499. Card becomes $500. And all you got to do is Zelle, now. Ultimate go, there's your Zelle information, or call the office right away at 800-254-9506. Ask for Robert. Bottom line, have some fun too. From there, let's understand something today. I'm a voter, probably you too. They sell that voting list 412 times a year. You added yourself to the national mailing list and got robocalls and junk mail. You have a cable bill. You have a corporation. Why don't you call 888-567-88688? Opt out for 5 years. The number's right in front of you, please. So that way you get off the national mailing list too. Now the ultimate goal next is plan the problem. You allowed your friend and family to rip you off. You loaned them money and they said, I'm sorry, I can't pay you back. And they didn't respect it. You spend thousands on crap. Reality is you have to build your line of defense. Safety credit, stick in the card. Remember the procedure I gave you earlier today. Building a line of defense for you as it was designed through Ken Yarbrough years ago. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Your goal is to get the discipline down. We got to teach everybody in high school and college not to make the same mistakes you made because you didn't know how to play. The ultimate goal, that's step number 5 today. So the bottom line is if when you do this crap, you screw up your credit and go like this, you're stuck. That kind of sucks. So let's do this today. All right, remember the 25-20% rule. Next thing, you have 2 cards like a house and a car. They don't fluctuate your credit ever again. So if you're ever going to max out a card up to what, $1 million, as long as you maintain the payment, it's your gold and platinum cards. You don't bring the pain home. Is that okay with you? So let's learn to play. Oh, you lost your job, have an emergency? That's your opportunity to start your own business. Instead, most people run out of time. They run out of credit. They jack it up. And what do? All right, in 42 days, they tell the whole world, feel sorry for me. That's got to stop. If you needed $5,000 today, now, what would you do? Understand when they need it, the answer is no. Here's a $5,000 card in my hand. The payment's $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Now, if we took, and understand, they say you waste $140 a week. That's $600 a month. We took $50,000 off a corporate credit card. We had to write off everything, even the interest rate. Payment is $612.26. During a pandemic, you can buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through, using some common sense. Now, there's white men can jump. Only stupid people say we don't. There's the next thing. Take the gold standard out. Need you to write down and raise rules now. We want to use 29% utilization, have 100,000 of credit, 71,000 of safety. From now on, the only thing that you get to screw up ever from now on is a division. No intent to screw up. But if anything got screwed up, it's a division, not the corporate, not your family. You got it? Write it down. Because when you bring the pain home and I give you the rules and tools, you don't follow along, that's called stupidity. And you're not stupid. Unfortunately, in the past, you followed stupid. That made you do stupid. You need to have your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules. Step 7, we become a certified CFO. We never bring that pain home. It's called we the people. It's about time you understand what that means for you. There I am dead that day. I wish I could have said it and go, boo. But I couldn't do that too. Once you Google the address, find out I'm telling you the truth. 2 comas in my life. One, I was crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, got up, freaked them all out. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. The devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down. The God's delays aren't God's denials. So I like to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Is that okay with you? This time we're going to do it my way, because your way, I'm sorry, I think it sucks. I think you didn't get to million to billion like I did. I think you should. And let me be your coach for a lifetime too. We get to play. Corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. Understand the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. I think half are lazy. The other just need to know how to play. There's the division process. You know what that does? It builds a line of defense. Your name's not on it too. And you get to play and roll the dice and give it a hell of a try. You see, under the corporate umbrella. If I get to basically get your tax ID, I get to build the cash credit reports for you, Experian, Trendure, Equifax, give you cash credit, line you up for checkbook money, teach you how to play the game and win. Up to 9 divisions is up to $1 million of credit. 41 used to be up to $5 million too. We get to play the game, we'll get to win. But before we get a little further along too, I want you to check out your corp today. Write a note to yourself. You'll find your name on it. They sue that, they sue you. The division process protects your assets in the corp. But right now, when they sue the corp, they sue you. That made you a duck and a sheep, and that kind of sucks. So create your line of defense, please. Pay attention today. I know he lost his job and he's going around with the sign. I don't understand this. See, you lose your job, you need some food for your kids. Get your butt to the church, they'll give you food. Go drive an Uber or Lyft, go do something. This is pathetic. This is ridiculous. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. Okay? You get 3 minutes to do that or less, period. All right? See, I came out of a coma worth millions and billions, and they stole my own stuff. They stole my life. My wife and kids were homeless. What am I going to do? Sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. Had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. Corporations build itself. It's about time you create your own damn job and stop feeling sorry for yourself too. You have the ability to see it, believe it, go get it. Now I designed my system for $250,000 per entity. 1 card times 9 is $1 million. Then we get checkbook money. That's $2.5 million. When you're done with all 10 cards I want you to have, that's $10 million of credit. But again, you got to learn to play and learn how to daisy chain credit starting today. We get to play the game, we get to win. Divisions you're not liable for. You're not a duck. Your name's not even on that division as a liable partner too. Now a division. I want to build your corporate umbrella. I like to give you 3 divisions in a corporation too. Very simple today. So the reality is if you don't have a corporation, I'm going to give you a free corp. All right. I'm going to do each division for $4.99 and give you 3 for $14.97. And I'll give you that brand new corporation for free. If you Zelle now, or call the office right away. Ultimate goes up to you. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet so far? The bottom line is very simple today. I like to get all the goodies I can. We get to play. I think you need $1 million of cash credit cards and $5 million of checkbook money. I think that should be your goal right away. Write it down. Remember, we should be building the residual income. That's your biggest problem. You never actually focused on that as an investor because I don't have the money. Excuse me. I'll train you to use your credit, corporate credit to invest and buy your income. Very simple. If you can afford $100 a week, you can get to millionaire status. Up to you. Making you a money-making machine. $100,000 to $1 million supply and vendor credit. That's OPM money. Sits on my roofer down in Bradstreet too, making this work selling products on Amazon and eBay. So if we get you billed over here, the next thing is I want to get you the green card, Spark, let's show on TV Unlimited, times 9. B of A times 9. Wells Fargo times 9. Inc. times 9. Well, all right, American Express times 9. That's only 5 up to 5 million. Not counting the other 5 cards. Then we got to focus on checkbook money. Write down that too. The banks will give you unsecured credit under 150,000 as long as you have a 2-year corporation per entity. My 5 favorite ones are these. There's other ones too, but that means you can build up to 5.4 million of checkbook money too. So they do want a 2-year corporation. Don't have it, wait till next year. If you want one, we have one left, I heard today. So it's $999. All right, if you do it at the office, during the webinar, it's $499. That means you Zelle now, or you call the office right away. Ultimate Go, 800-254-9506. Ask for Lena, or Crystal, or basically Karen. Maybe Scott too. We get to have fun. Now, I got 10 classes in rotation on Saturday. This Saturday at 8:30 in the morning, the specialty is stock kit. If you're not in the specialty classes, it's $9.99 for 90 days, or it's $4.99 per class. There you go. Now, your goal should be using borrowed money, all right, to buy your lifetime income. The only thing that's allowed to screw up from now on is the division, never your corporate, never your family. That way you have your cake you needed to. Raise rules, very simple. You become a certified CFO and you never bring the pain home again. Is that okay if we turn these up just a little bit more? Your goal is simple. If I gave you a check for $1 million, what would you do with it? Sorry, you put in your personal account, you only get the key 375. I would have told you put in a division of a corporation for you. Pay all the bills first, pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, doesn't seem to be any tax. Winning the battle, playing the game, step number 8 today. So let's understand the 11 cities that filed bankruptcy. This means the United States of America got the 50 corporations called states. State got corporations called cities. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in the Federal Protection Act. Means they get to bankrupt the dead, stay in business in front of you. You could have did the same thing as long as you have no intent to do fraud. But your goal is you didn't learn to play. Step number 9 today. Why don't you Google bankruptcy? Look at SSN, SS4. Who's going to be the duck the next time things screw up in your life too? Now, I'd like to add you to my credit system, $1 billion of credit. But you'd have to go to class, not fall on your wad, and pay attention and follow through for me to build you up to $1 million of credit for you. So now understand, some of you spend thousands of dollars for the CPA, an attorney, and incorporating service. I call that stupid. I think you got ripped off. You didn't learn diddly squat. So let's understand. Let's rebuild your credit rapid score. If you have a corporate, build the one you got. If not, I'll give you one for free. Articles also tax ID set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's charge you $9.99 what the average person wastes in a month. And let's give you $5,000 of credit back to you. It's faster than this, and being in Vegas, 5 times your investment while we rebuild your life. Analyze in 24 hours, add history, and start popping credit right away. You'll learn to be a certified CFO too. But again, that offer is only good during the broadcast. It's a Zelle, now, or call the office right away. And all you can do is ask for a specialist too. Ask for Santos. Maybe you'll want to take a call from you and you want to talk to him too. Up and away. So let's beat our doubt, run our race. In other words, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. Because your biggest problem, I'm going to tell you, is you. So getting past go. All right, I like the goodies in the harbor, God's gift. I like the race boats and the yachts, saying Ray Reynolds University.com. Helicopter, Lamborghini, and building too. Why don't you change your driver's license, please? I want you to have more privacy. Use a P.O. box or mailing address, up to you. But then I got to look at number 12, and I got to look at number 13 too, your car. Your car. You went to the dealership. They sweated you for 5 hours. You allowed that. You lost 20,000 plus and got up to 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car, by the way. You should be using basically fleet price tax ID division. All right, and you get to write it all off under the corporate structure too. Very simple to do. Now, when you buy a house, do not put 2 people on the loan. Why would you create a loan to value for 2 people when you don't need to? Lose the house, lose the car shouldn't be yours anyway. Then you'd have what I call shitty credit. And then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now you have an IRS problem. So you have now double shitty credit. So you see, the registration of a car should be a division, never a person. Why would anybody want to be a duck or a sheep? But again, you can start planning the problem now too. Basically, it's going to be up to step 14. So let's play. Every property you ever want to lease out is under a division. Why? You don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up. Your paycheck is offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion, a trillion. They're worth 2 trillion now. They don't pay tax. Why would they do that? You see, they know how to play the game. You see, there's no loophole. They're doing exactly what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter with a line of credit for the whole world in 24 hours. I think he's truly dumb, in my opinion. He screwed it all up right away, but he's got a spaceship. So the other two guys. So we could play the game and join the club. If you want to win, starting today, starting 15, but you got to learn to play. Run your life through a corporation in conjunction. Oh, why don't you pay tax or buy a Lamborghini? It's simple. Your paycheck's taxable income, is it not? Then you're paying what? The car payment, gas, registration, insurance? I'd be yelling no if I was you, driving a company car like I do, step 17. Why don't you get a hold of an SS4 today? IRS.gov, download the form for free. And it's banking and credit purposes you'll see on the form. See, you never had to be a duck and a sheep. You decided to follow silly people. Let's learn to play. Mom, I had to deliver a baby this morning. Within 2 hours or less, the hospital hands every mama an SS5 form for the SSN for the baby to go home and take a nap. They got to bond us up to $35 million apiece. So everything to me is rules and tools. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. You have a house that's not in a trust, oh my goodness. When they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in probate. Your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property, hire the contractor. That hires the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you and screw you up too. My way, they get diddly squat. You like diddly squat yet? You see, irrevocable trust, you might want to think about that too. That's step number 19 today, 6 more to go. We get to play. The next thing is I want you to understand something today. All right, if you're one of those crooks that don't file tax returns, just go to prison where you belong. Wesley Snipes went for 3 years, fined $5 million. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You want to get back in the system, it's simple. They have a form called 656 433 A and B. That's step 20 for you today. Why don't you learn to be an OPM? You buy things up to 70% discount. You'll pay up to 90 days. You close escrow. You leverage it to 15 million. You create borrow money. It's not taxable. And you set up your line of defense. Step 21, blackjack. Looks like you get to win. Ultimate goal. Now my office, basically 14 years ago, 1 Technology Drive, Irvine Spectrum, was only 22,000 square feet. 3 locations in the States doing up to $1 million a day. They stole my life. What am I going to do? Act like you and go boo-hoo-hoo and go home with my tail between my knees? Heck no. Are you kidding me? I took out my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. And I basically took out my 5 closet divisions. And I built another $1 million of credit. Why would I stay down? I don't understand why you stay down. All right, it don't make any sense to me. You got the choice to learn to basically repackage your life too. You see 1,000 steps to millionaire. Simple. You don't have the blueprint? Simple. It's $99 today. You get the Millionaire's Founders Kit for free at $99. Covers shipping and handling. And you can Zelle or you can call the office right away. Simple to do. And understand, today I'm online 6 days a week, holding hands, and we're singing Kumbaya, and you get to learn to plan. Now, I'm a visionary. Let's understand, I have 941 goals today. Everyone is to honor God and show His glory too. But this is to build millions and millions of jobs for people and change the world. That's just me. I like being a coach for a lifetime. Would you like to join my club? Let me know. You see, leaving real legacies. I mean, come on. Making your kids through hard knocks. The Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, the Fords, they left a legacy for their children to take over. That's the true legacy you need. You see, understand credit, loan, and money. That gives you financial freedom. It allows you to build a residual income up to $50,000 a month, if not more. Your goal is to buy your lifetime income and learn to play. If you can spend $100 a week, you can become a corporate millionaire. Not hard to do. If you want $1 million of credit, simple. I'll build it for you. I'll even give you 45,000 of bonuses, cost you 100,000 bucks. But I'm going to charge you 10,000 down. I'm going to make you pay $1,000 a month, and you're going to pay the balance as I build the credit up, and away. Very simple to do. If you want me to coach you, I need you to stop having the same rerun you're doing today. So let's understand something. You must become an investor. All right, monthly income's up to 100,000 a month. As we play, let's understand something. I have a coaching program the rest of this year and next year. Anywhere from all classes, weekly conferencing. All right, calls weekly. On top of this, all right, wrap our rescore for the year and a half. And on top of that, we have in-person or Zoom, a blueprinting once a month too. But the ultimate goal, all right, it's not cheap. I'm $25,000 a day and $3,000 an hour in most cases, but this is my hobby, as my wife calls it too. So this is how we basically play the game. Our goal is to work on projections, all right, limits on cards. All right, I'm going to call your creditors with you, and we're going to push the daisy chain up to $5 million of credit because it's fun to increase limits every 46 days. But this program is $25,000, all right, paid in full. Bottom line is that's the ultimate goal. Now you sign up because you want to be with me, and I'll be your coach for this year and next year too. Ultimate goal. We want to get up to $5 million and $50,000 a month positive cash flow. Ultimate goal. If you don't sign up, then you missed it out. We're only signing up 10. There's only a couple left anyway. So if you're not a client yet, you want to click here, go ahead. One private call, all right, live with me in your level 1, 2, 3 and specialty classes on Saturday. 90 days, and what you invest, you get bonus credit back to you. Ultimate goal. Now here, you get 10,000 of credit for $4.99, 25,000 for $9.99. But remember, this is going to say right across active or current active client. I had someone who took a picture of this and tried to lie to a specialist. And I said they should have took the next picture. Click. There's the truth. It'll set you free. That offer is only good for clients too. And understand that 100,000 is normally 10%, which is 10,000 bucks. But I'm going to give it to you today if you want it for $39.99. If you Zelle now. And again, there's the Zelle information, Ray Reynolds recipient, Ray at racecredit.com, or you call the office right away. Corporation's a legal person, by the way. It may sue or be sued. Divisions are our line of defense. It's how we protect our assets too. So 9 divisions up to 1 million, 41 up to $5 million. All right, remember, you're not liable on a division. Just don't have any intent to do fraud. Today, I'm adding 2,000 of history. I'm giving you basically the corporation for free and the 3 divisions, $4.99 each, 3 for $14.97. If it is a Zelle now, or you call the office, or you can ask for Crystal, Lena, Robert, or Karen, or Santos too. Simple. See, what are you willing to lose? Family? I didn't have one as a kid. Everybody always talks about certain things, and they have no idea what it's like living on the street needing a freaking trash can. You can't compare it to anything. Corporation, division. Understand something today. I designed my program so we both get checkmate. We get to win the ultimate game. So understand step 23 today. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life. And I build corporations and divisions up to $1 million of credit while I train you to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal. So keep in mind, never have joint credit just in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close homestead trust. Wise people spend thousands on a corp when it's free and don't learn dilly squat. I don't understand how they do stupid things like that too. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, lot of defense. Raise rules. I give bonus credit for one reason. Take your excuses away and you get to write it all off. I guess that's 2 reasons today. Step number 24. But if all you want from me is a 750, I'll help build that for you too. We'll analyze you. All right, we'll do a rapid rescore. We'll rebuild it. You go to class, you don't fall and you up. It's $9.99 to get a card for $1,000 back to you. During this broadcast only, you get to half price for $4.99. The ultimate goal, then the card becomes $500. Starter package comes with the Articles of Corporation, setup level 1, every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time too. $9.99. We're giving you $5,000 of credit back to you, taking away your excuses, and then we're going to analyze you in 24 hours, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible. That offer is only good during the webinar with me. It's a Zell. You call the office right away. See, if you rebuild your life and you let me do it for you, you give referrals, I'll build you more credit. From there, if you want today, I'll give you 10% for every referral you basically give to me today. But that means when they sign up, they have to name your name. If not, they blew it for you. So understand, that's why I give you my email. You give me their name and phone number too, so you get credit for it right away. Look at that corporation there with division process. The banks, Sam's Club, Geico, Citi, they use the divisions and subsidiaries. Why don't we teach you and train you for the next 90 days or a lifetime to stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status? Look behind the curtain, stop bringing the pain home. We stay safe and strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day. So let's keep in mind today, everybody has the ability to do all the things you're trying to do. But the bottom line is going to be up to you, what is basically what needs to be done as you go through this day and all the process you're trying to do as well. So the reality is very simple. All right, get to the class, John, on that question about the $100 a week, what you can do with it, because you're in the classes right now too. So ladies and gentlemen, Zell, right away for the office I gave you, or 800-254-9506. Ask for one of those specialists that'd love to take your call and hold your hand. All right, and we're going to coach you every step of the way. So just keep in mind today, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never, never, never forget, God loves us all.